Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Hamlet for episode number 14, where I had a change of heart when I was going to move on to September. At the end of the last episode, I decided, you know what, there's too many contracts to do and they're worth a lot of money. So I decided, right, I'm going to get the green bean harvest done, the 2 fields, and then I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to keep the tractor and the trailer from it. I'm not going to accept the payment. And I'm going to do the carrot contracts. We need the money. We need as much money as we can to expand. We've 36,000. We could buy a field now if we wanted. And I'm sure I could nearly buy a field with a crop, but you know my feeling on that. I'm not going to do that. Let me just lower down the vehicle a little bit. There we go. Yeah, not going to do that. Not going to buy a field and take a crop out of it. We ruled that out anyway. So I'm going to get on with the green bean harvest, get the 2 of them done, get the product sold, and then I'm going to move on to doing the carrots and the red beets. We done a couple of green bean harvests last year. The fields were bigger, so there was a little bit more scope to make more money out of them. This year they're a little bit smaller, but you know what? It's money in the bank and it'll help us expand. Yeah, throw a few lines on here. It just makes it easier for me when I daydream, that I don't wander off into a bliss. Yeah, we still only have our 2 fields and our grass field up at the farm. I want to extend our fields, hoping by the end of this year we can have 3 more, maybe, probably pushing it at 3, but 2 anyway. That would be kind of the hope, not the intention, because you know things go very slowly on this map. Now there is another element I'm thinking of introducing into the game. Haven't fully decided yet. It is an idea I have for another series, but I think if I'm to run with it, it'll only force me to try and rush through the series I'm doing, and I don't want to do that. So I think I'll might park that until for now. I might introduce it here, or I might just park it and just keep this going. I'm not expecting this to end anytime soon because I want to own quite a bit of the map, and I know we got our first brand new tractor at the end of the last episode, but I hate when it does that. You put the back wheels in the other field and then the lines go off. I want to be able to get to the point where maybe I will have to use an AI worker at some times. I kind of have taken note of what crops are in the fields here because I don't want to vary from that too much even going forward. Like, I don't want it to be all grain. I don't want it to be all a certain type of root crop. I'd like to be able to do green beans. I'd like to be able to do spinach. The downside to that is the costs of leasing the equipment. Now, the way around that is to make it that you have enough fields with that crop in it, say each year when you're doing it. Say I pick one year, I decide, right, we're going to do spinach, and I do 4 or 5 fields of spinach. Then that would make leasing the equipment worthwhile because it'd be expensive enough. And you could lease the equipment and use it for that year and then let it go back. So that's something to look at. Anyway, I'm going to work away on getting these fields done. I'll update you as we go through them. I'll update you when I start using the root crop harvester. It does the red beets and the carrots. I'll bring you back in for the start of that because I've used that many times before. You may not be familiar with it if you're new to the channel. And we'll see how much money we can add to the bank by the end of this episode. We're going to have outgoings, of course, because we're going to have lease charges on the carrot root crop harvester when we start using it. But for now, I know it's a little bit cheaty using this to do the other contract, but the other contract is only worth 400 quid. Otherwise, we're not going to be doing it. Simple as that. You couldn't get the equipment. This has cost me nearly 1,000, so it's a fair chunk that's going to be gone off the end income when you get to the end. I'll get stuck into this and I'll update you as we go through the rest of the fields. Green bean harvest field number 2. Didn't take long to do the other one. I haven't even got the tractor up here because this won't fill the harvester. The other one didn't either. I just emptied directly into the sell point, which was right beside the field, so there was no point in putting in a trailer, then driving the trailer over. Yeah, they don't take long to do. I don't know what made me think, you won't get through them because the fields on this map are so small. The only one I can't really do is the potato harvest. Maybe some stage I'll hire an AO worker to run the harvester and drive alongside them. I know I haven't tried that in so long. You know, I'm actually wondering, have I tried it on the PC? Might have been when I was playing on the PS5 that I actually tried it and got fed up trying to get around the corners with the potato harvester. Supposed the thing to do would be tell it to do the up and downs and leave the headland until I last. But yeah, first one in the bank and quite a decent amount on the bonus. I think it was €1,000 it was worth. So we were on, I think 36 something, so we've gone up. And then there's a decent enough environmental score because our environmental score is pretty okay. Okay, I'll get this one knocked out as well. We're off and running with the red beet, and this tractor's well able to pull it. Should be no problem whatsoever. Now at this time, using this, let me show you, I'm going to jump out. You need to get this bar and hook it up to that. Otherwise it makes it very difficult for turning. So it's quite a decent harvester. Now I'm not getting any lines yet because I'm outside the field with the tractor, but once I do I'll have lines to stick to when I'm doing it. It just makes it that bit easier. You can see here, like we've only started the first headland and we're on 52% already, so we're not even going to make a full headland. That's why, like, I didn't want to be trying to do this with my trailer because it would be near on impossible. Moving forward, yeah, a bigger trailer will be on the cards. Owning one of these two would be on the cards because root crops are very profitable. And I don't mind using this machine. I've used this machine ever since I done One Tile Challenge a long time ago on Camlands. And I just got the hang of it. I actually find it really good. There is a smaller one that only takes one row. Now that would be hard work. This one, at least you have a bit of capacity in the tank. Now tank's going to be full. You kind of get to know that when you reach 96, 97% you need to stop. Here we go. Still have the other lease tractor. And this was with the missed a couple of bits. Don't mind, I'll get them in here. This is with the green bean harvester. We've them two contracts done. That's why the money's gone up a little bit. We got about 700 plus the environmental score. Was it even 700? Probably not. They're thereabouts. Maybe including the environmental score, we got 700 in the crop off the last field. That's what I mean about root crops being profitable. Now, this is the only issue now having wide tyres on the tractor, is getting in close to it. That's what happens when you have duals on. Knock it off and get into the other one. You have to start the overloading. I think it's 0, is it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't just bypass these because they will bring in money to expand. It'll go into the trailer even though I'm parked a little bit far away from it. They will bring in money to expand, so. Okay, it's not showing it. Maybe I'm not close enough to it. Maybe we are in trouble with this trailer. I think I had a problem with a Bunning trailer before. Will not accept red beets. Now, crisis. Okay. It looks like I'm going to have to spend more money. Oh, yeah, I had problems with a Bunning trailer before and red beets. We're going to have to lease the trailer. Right, we're going to have to lease this. It's going to cost 1,000. Are we up the capacity on it while we're doing? 25,000 is big enough. Okay. You know what that means now? That means we can send this back. Okay, right. We can collect them two contracts. What have we got? Another potato harvest. We can collect these now. Tractor's gone. We got our money for doing the contract. This is up at the farm. I'll have to get down and pick up the trailer. It's a good job we have it. See, we don't need, because we've the demo, we don't need to, we would have been stuck for a tractor if we were doing it ourselves, but we're making use of the demo again. Anyway, problem solved. Just started the first of the carrot fields. I got about 1,200 in sugar beet or red beets when I got the bonus from the field. I just wanted to see, I only made it over just beyond that far corner. I just wanted to see how far I'd get with a run. I want to see, can I make a full run around the field? No such luck. Now turn it on, drop it down, select that line and get the outside one done. Yeah, we'll get through these anyway today. It's missing a line. Move over one line. There we go. We'll get through these today anyway. There's two more after this one. It'll be fairly profitable, thankfully, even taking into consideration the cost of the leasing of the trailer for the red beets. But in a way, I didn't really add the figures up anyway. I should have done that in the first place, because keeping the tractor to do to lift up to use the tractor and trailer off the green bean harvest. Not exactly being honest. Just trying to cut corners, just trying to get it done. But €1,000 for the lease on the trailer on top of the lease for the harvester wasn't a lot, considering we make a fairly decent profit out of this. Just takes a little bit of time to do them, but I don't mind. Once you get you get 3 runs done on the headland, then you have plenty of room. And it's straightforward then when you do the headlands. It doesn't take long to do, and this field is actually handier because it's almost square. I'm glad now I didn't just dismiss them, that I decided to actually get it done. I'm going to go the other way now and empty this time. I'll not be driving in the crop, not that it makes any difference. It's a root crop, so crop destruction doesn't happen on it. But that's just to let you know how we're getting on. There you go, we're full. That's what I wasn't keeping an eye on it because I was too busy talking. I'm glad I decided not to just move on and do them, because they'll help. Now, downside to it. There's an update for the map. It says new save recommended, but it doesn't say it's required. But what I'm going to do is finish off the work on August, make a note of everything before I update it, just in case it goes haywire and I need to rebuild. Hopefully not. Just one of those things. It's just when it says recommended, you don't know whether it means it is required, or it's just a couple of things added that where you sell. There's a place now to sell. Apparently you couldn't sell hay, straw and silage. Apparently now you can sell it at Le Coupe, the co-op, and they've put markers on the ground for the co-op sell point instead of just a little trigger thing, and a few other small little changes like that. Not an awful lot changed on the map, but a few changes. So I'll finish out the month. Lucky enough we don't store an awful lot. The only thing we have stored is barley, which is for the chickens, and our bit of hay and our bit of straw. And other than that, we haven't got a lot stored, but I would prefer not to mess with the time scale on the animals. But look, it is what it is. If I update it and it causes a problem, we can just rebuild anyway. Harvesting the carrots is definitely way more profitable than harvesting red beet, because we've already delivered the quantity required and we got over €1,000 already into the bank, plus a bit of environmental score. So we have 3,849 litres still in this trailer. So I kind of knew carrots would be profitable. I think peas nearly seem to be the best. But let's see what we get out of this, and then I'll get over to the other field and get it done. It's going to take a bit of time to do the other one. We're okay for time. We should be. Very curious as to what we get off this field. Watch the money go up. 476. I guess it wasn't as much as I thought. I guess it kind of looked out. Well, I suppose you're delivering 100 and something thousand litres of carrots, so when you take into consideration what we had left there wasn't a huge big percentage anyway. It just seemed like it in comparison with a crop where you don't have as much in the field to come off it. So anyway, there you go. That's them two fields done. I'm going to get up here and get this field done. It's just up around the corner. I have the harvester over there already. And I'll give you an update. I'll work through these two and I'll give you an update at the very end. Almost finished. Just on the last little bit on the last red beet field. And the amount of times it's flashed up on the screen, leasing costs. Begin to wonder, is it worth all the time I put in on these? Maybe I should increase the payment on these contracts because they take so long to do. Anyway, let's just jump in here for 1 second. I'll show you. Leasing costs 7,698. That's in this month. So that would be primarily for this. This was coming up at 800 and something on its own, and then I was getting charged the odd time. Then you get charged for the trailer as well, because obviously I'm running back and forth with the trailer, and when it's in use on the tractor it's obviously counting it up. But you can see the contract's clear, so everything that's in this trailer is mine. That's the mall. That is the mall. So just keep you in as we get this sold. We see what we have. Yeah, I know it's taken a long time to do this in real time because it is slow going. But still, I have to say, I'm glad I did as part of this series, because you're kind of helping everybody out in the Hamlet, in the community. Keep telling myself that anyway. It's not too far down to the sale point. We sell this, we're definitely going to be moving on. I'm just going to get everything back to the yard before I do. Check the animals and that. There's probably eggs there. There's probably a bit of milk there. And still debating the update for the map. Says you save recommended. What I'll do is I'll get all the details. Thankfully, we haven't got too much stuff. If I need to replace, it'll be a few hay and straw bales. And barley for the chickens. Of course, we'd have to replace the chickens, and it's a bit of a pain, but like it can be done. What I will first try is do the update without a new save, and if it messes everything up, well, then we know we have no choice. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot in it, but you'd be surprised. Now, we did actually do quite well, I think, out of the red beets. Now it's gone up. Here you go. What we get? 1400 plus 181. So over 16. Yeah, over 16. I suppose that's not bad. Anyway, there you go. That's all the carrot harvest and the red beet harvest done. I'm just going to get the gear back up to the yard. And then I'm going to move on to next month. Okay, everything collected, we're up to 55,000, and I didn't move on yet because there was a harvesting contract and 3 cultivation contracts. So I'm going to do these cultivation contracts. They won't take long with our new tractor and see how it goes. It's more power than the one we have on demo. So I just want to try it out. And yeah, we'll definitely be moving on after these. They're likely to last anyway, so it doesn't seem like I've been on a long time because I finished off the last red beet contract in a different day in real time. If I had been trying to do it all in the one go, I probably would have just said, oh, here, move on to September. But we'll take what we get off this field as well. We're going to get a little bit of a bonus as well as getting the money for doing this. So we should be in a position to possibly buy another field, which is, what I was aiming for. But for now, I'll just get this wrapped up and done. Okay, those contracts are done and collected. We're up to 59,220 before we move on to September. And I brought you back in for a specific reason before we move on. Now, let's move. Money looks good, but I wasn't forgetting this year that we have tax. So I'll let you see the tax coming out the red tape mod. Here we go, loan interest tax, 16,538. So our 59 has become 37. I kind of forgot a bit how much it was and forgot to take a look at it. But yeah, I said, we're going to buy a field. And then we pay the tax man. Now, I was looking down around here at these fields, and I was thinking when I seen the 59, I think, we could buy that. Number 11. Not far off that. We could buy that probably. Yeah, we could buy that. I think that's, did we do contract in that? Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, we did. We cultivated that. I done that with the other tractor. Not the new one we bought. So I'm looking for not to move too far. We do have other options, but now, anyway, I felt rich before I slept. We have a ploughing contract. We'll take that. Sowing canola. Can we do canola with our seeder? I think we can. We'll leave it sit for now because we've only jumped forward. Okay, well, there you go. We're rich for overnight. And we're back to square one again. Back to doing contracts. Now, our own fields, we don't have anything to do. Let's just check. Our cards won't be ready just yet. We don't get our grass. Our grass isn't registering on this map, but I think it's only stage 3 anyway. Yeah, it's only stage 3. Okay, I'm going to go do this ploughing contract. And I don't know how much more we're going to do in this episode. It might be a little bit shorter. It was really done on the basis that we had crops to harvest, all the root crops and that, and we're releasing the equipment now. What I'm going to do after I'm finished this episode is I'm going to do the map update and see, do I require a new save? I'm going to have to get screenshots of everything before I do, and then compare them. Which field are we going to? We'll have throw 26. I could have went down that road. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just if I need to rebuild the map, I need to rebuild the map. It's just a shame because the age of the animals and that won't get them exactly the same. Well, I'll get them as close as I possibly can. Is this it here? This is it here, yeah. This is so much better than the other plough. I persevered for long enough on the other one. So, yeah, that's the plan moving forward. We're going to just finish out this episode. Might do another couple of bits and pieces in this episode, but then we're going to be between this episode and the next one doing the map update, and hopefully when it says it's recommended, I still think that means you need a new save. We'll find out. For now, I'll just get this one wiped out. Moved on to September the 2nd. I did work through some contracts. And yeah, we're going to call it for this episode. I got these 2 grass fields here together to do, and then a weeding contract. Now we still have the weeder leased, so we have that back at the farm. We'll do that when this is finished, because I'm not putting an AI worker on them. And yeah, we're going to, as I said, we're going to give the update a try between the episodes, but I'm going to take all the details before I do. Now, we can do them, the 2 of them. That's not worth doing. That's this postage stamp. I'm going to collect these anyway. The cultivation contracts, stone picking, I took the equipment with one of them and done the 2 of them. So we lost out on the equipment on that. So let's collect these anyway. See what we're up to. 43,400. So we're building up again after our nice little tax bill. Anyway, that's episode number 14 in the bag. Hopefully now I'm going to do the update between. I'm going to finish out these contracts. I might actually close out this month because we've nothing else to do on our own farm before I move forward, just so I'm at the end of a month. And I'm just hoping that the update is nothing major. They've added a couple of little bits and pieces in, that's all. Hopefully it won't break the map. If it does break the map, I'm going to have to get busy reloading it. And yeah, we'll continue on. Thankfully, I have plenty of time to reload it because I'm recording this episode probably a week in advance. So it'll give me time to sort it out if it does break it. So until then, glad you could join me for episode number 14 on the Hamlet. And hopefully we'll be back on episode number 15 without too much hassle. hopefully the map will work and save having to go and do a full rebuild of the farm, because we're 3 full years in now, and I'm more concerned about the cows we have than anything else, it messing that up. So if it does, it does. We'll just get on with it. We'll deal with it. And I will see you in the next episode. So until then, all that's left for me to do is say goodbye for now. Bye bye.